What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode here on the Mula membership channel. In this video, I'm going to be giving you the top 5 things that you need to make sure that you avoid if you're trying to get rich. Now, if anybody that doesn't know, I'm going to give you a small amount of background information just to make it really quick and move the video along. I became a millionaire at 23 years old. At 23 years old, I started making $100,000 a month from business and YouTube combined. I'm now 26, so now 3 years later, and I'm still a millionaire, still making more money than ever. On a monthly basis, I'm still pulling in 6 figures profit easy, okay? So that's pretty much my background. I do YouTube, I do business, I have a clothing line, I do marketing. I got so many different type of YouTube channels, and I do a lot. I'm pretty much just a serial entrepreneur. If it's legal, it goes with my morals, and it can make me a lot of money, I'm pretty much with it, okay? So now I'm going to give you guys the 5 things that I had to avoid, and I think you should avoid, that nobody told me to do this. But this is something that I had to figure out when you're on your journey to actually becoming successful. The very first thing, and this is something that means a lot to me, and is shared near and dear to my heart, and near and dear to a lot of people that's close to me. And that is being too in a rush to take care of your parents or other people that might not need to be taken care of. So what do I mean by that? Parents, number one. So you see this a lot with athletes. You see this a lot with rappers. You see this a lot with YouTubers, entertainers, Instagram people, TikTokers, whatever. Especially, like I said, with black people. We get money and we think that we have to now go take care of mama. There's a lot of people who got rich and bought their mama house before they got themselves a house, right? And I think that's a big reason why you see so many people rise up from nothing. You're talking about people who was in poverty, who was on Section 8 in projects, and they rise up to millionaire status, and then a few years go by and you don't really hear about them. Or a few years go by, you check their Instagram, and they ain't really living like they used to. They ain't really showing the cars no more. They ain't really showing the jewelry no more. They don't really got the house no more. There's a lot of things that's changing now, right? And that's because I think people are too in a rush to take care of other people. In order to be successful, you have to be selfish. Regardless of how selfless you think you are or how selfish you are naturally, you have to take care of yourself first. And this might be a very, very, very uncommon opinion, unpopular opinion, but I'm going to say it, and this is the truth. Your parents need to be on the end of the list of the people who you take care of. If you have a little sibling and they need help with some school clothes or just a few school supplies, that's one thing. You know what I'm saying? That's its own thing. But if you're talking about taking care of grown-ass people, especially your parents, who, like it or not, didn't make the right decisions growing up. Because if they made the right decisions, if your parents made the right decisions, your parents could have focused in school. Your parents could have got a scholarship. Your parents could have went to a good school that would have taught them science and became a doctor, or became a medicine pharmacist, or became somebody that invented clothes, or even just became a lawyer and made $80,000, $90,000 a year. Your parents could be in a better position. Don't feel bad about you. Don't feel bad about your parents being in a worse position than you because you decided to make better decisions than your parents did when they were your age, right? So it's important, man. Do not feel and do not get some money, or do not every little money you get. I know so many people in my memberships that I mentor every day, every single day, and they cannot get rich because they keep giving money to their mama. They giving money to their daddy. They giving money to their girlfriend. Like, this is why solitude and being by yourself makes it a lot easier for you to get rich, because you don't have 1,000 people pulling for you, right? Which brings me to my second thing that you have to avoid, and all of this is going to come full circle. You have to avoid sharing your success stories, right? Now, what I mean by this is this. When I start making $100,000 a month, 2 people in the entire world knew. 2 people, and it wasn't my mama, it wasn't my dad, it wasn't nobody in my family. It was a girl I was talking to at the time. You know, I don't even know her name no more, but you know what I'm saying? I'm in a whole other relationship now, so we ain't gonna talk too much about that. And my best friend to this day, G-Dot, right? G-Dot lived with me. He always lived with me. This is our first year that we haven't lived together. We lived together in LA. We lived together in Atlanta. We moved to Miami and lived down the street from each other, basically, right? So we lived together, and he was watching. Like, he's the only person I was showing, like, bro, look how much money I just made, bro. Bro, this $100,000 this month. If I do this next month, we rich. If I do this 2 months from now, we rich. How much you make? 20? I'm going to try to help you figure. He's the only person I was actually showing
how much money I was making, right? And then the girl I was talking to at the time, she kind of knew a little bit, but not really. Like, you know, it was really only one person. And I say that to say the one person that knew how much money I was making is the same person who I started the entire business journey with in the first place, right? So in the first place, this same person, when we was poor, broke, he moved in a 1-bedroom apartment with me and my dad, right? And we worked from the mud. We had nothing. We had no rich parents. We didn't have no followers. We didn't have nobody clouded that we knew. We didn't have nobody that would give us a loan. We didn't have a car. We didn't have a job. We didn't have school. We didn't have nothing. Absolutely zero. Right? And we figured it out. That's the same person I was sharing my success with. But I wasn't on Instagram. I wasn't calling my mama. I wasn't, you know, my parents didn't know how much money I was really making until I was making it for almost a year. So what did that do? That eliminated the pulling. Right? That eliminated the pulling. I had to let people think that I was making regular money for as long as possible. You know what I'm saying? Before people actually was like, hold on, this man actually making money. He bought a Rolex? He bought 2 Rolexes in the same day from Icebox? Hold on. He got a $8,000 a month penthouse in Miami downtown. In LA downtown. Oh, he getting money. Oh, he bought a Benz. Oh, and then he got a Corvette. Then he traded the Benz in for a better Benz. Then he sold the Corvette. Then he got a Hellcat. Then he sold the Hellcat and a Corvette. Put some money in his pocket and got another Benz. Oh, he getting money. Oh, he got a $100,000 watch. Damn. Oh, he got $1 million house, right? So this is what I'm saying. Keep the success to yourself. Don't be so fast and flashy, right? So also, which brings me, like I said, every one of these points is gonna connect and it's gonna come full circle. So what I say, don't be too eerie to take care of other people, especially your parents, bro. Especially your parents. Like, your parents should not have a new house before you get a new house. I've seen so many successful people on the way to success die before they even got to see it because they still in the hood, but their mama live in the suburbs somewhere. That doesn't make no sense to me, right? So the second thing I said was don't share your success stories too much. And the third thing I said is don't look rich, right? So when you first start getting money, you need to understand that you don't need to be trying to jump out the gym and be like, improve to other people that you have money now. And I think that's another huge thing that saved me for 2 reasons. It allowed me to save a lot of my money, right? Which allowed me to build a foundation for my finances and for my life in general. So now I have a foundation of about at least $500,000, not $100 million. We're going to get there. Not yet, though. But $500,000. I had a foundation of about $500,000 before I started spending a lot of my money, and I still have that foundation today, right? So without assets, I still have $500,000 cash sitting in a public bank account that I could go access at any time. I have a lot more money sitting in a private bank account I can't really access like that, but it's there if I need it. I can't get to it like that, but it's there if I need it, right? So don't try to look rich when you first getting money, or if you aren't making money right now, right? If you are not making money right now, there is no, and I cannot push this point home harder, bro. Like, listen to me, bro, sis, whoever's watching this video, listen to me and listen well. You should not have a piece of designer clothing in your account, in your closets, in your car. You should not have a piece of expensive clothing of any type, not even a little bit of it, if you are not where you want to be, right? And even if you are where you want to be, you should be trying to get somewhere bigger and better, right? If you're not making at least $120,000 a year, you should not have one single piece of designer clothing in your closet, period. And if you do, you need to sell it. Because a lot of people run around and they almost act rich. They try to fit the rich guy, the motion man. They try to put a costume on, right? That's what I call it. It's like a costume. Like, if a girl was going to go strip, she gonna wear a stripper costume, right? If a guy was going to clock in at a police officer job, he's going to wear the police officer costume, right? Now, somebody who's not the police and puts on a police costume and goes outside, he can't get mad at somebody for thinking that he's the police, because that's what he wants, right? If he puts that on. You putting a costume on because you want people to think you rich, but you're not really rich. So it's like, and it's so easy to fall into that trap because of this right here. Because of this phone, bro. Because of these phones. Because of social media. It's so easy to fall into the trap of, let me make sure I got a chain too. Even if it's fake. Let me put a chain on so I look like the other dudes on Instagram. Let me go spend all my goddamn money on this Gucci shirt so I can look like the guys on Instagram, so that when I go to the club, the girls think I'm rich and I can hit that ass. Right? That's where the mindset of a lot of these people are. That's the wrong type of mindset. So, in the three things that, like I said, you need to save your money. And it's not even necessarily saving it. You need to invest your money. But the last thing you need to do with your money is be too fast on, especially when you first start getting it. Don't be trying to show off and show people like, oh, look, I got money now. Let me go buy a watch. Like, that's not the vibes, like, at all. You know, when I first started making $100,000 a month, I went from making maybe $3,000 or $4,000, and the next month I was making $100,000. I made $100,000 the next month, the next month, the next month, the next month. So look, see how fast that transaction happened. What did I buy in that time? It wasn't no designer clothes. It wasn't no jewelry. You know what I'm saying? It was none of that. I bought a new computer for myself so I can edit faster. I bought a new camera, and I spent $10,000 to develop an app that's on the App Store. Right? So that's what I spent my money on. I didn't take no trips. I wasn't trying to talk to no girls. I wasn't buying no jewelry. I wasn't trying to move into no new house. This is a very important time in your life. I said this on Instagram a lot of times, that getting money is the most important part of your life, right? As soon as you start getting money, it is now the most important part of your life, because this is extremely keen on how your life is going to go. Right? Because when you first start getting money, what did you not have yesterday or last week or yesteryear, yestermonth, right? The before you got money, you had no money. So that means you had no money car. You had a no money house. If you keep the no money car and you keep the no money house, but you're getting actual money now, by the time the lease is up, where if 3, 4, 5, 6 months go by, you already used to being broke. It's no reason for you to go out and kind of adjust your lifestyle too soon, and now you playing a catch-up game. Now you playing okay, I made $20,000 this month, but I spent $16,000 on it because I had to get a new car and a new house and a new barber, and I had to go to another neighborhood. I had to get the costume, you know, I had to get the jewelry, I had to get the Gucci shirt, I had to get the Louis belt, I had to get the red bottom shoes, I had to get all that stuff. Okay, so cool. Now I only got $4,000 left. Then the next month I make $20,000, but guess what? All these bills are now adding up. So I can't even enjoy the fruits of my labor for real, right? People make that mistake all the time. It's the mistake that I did not make that saved the hell out of me. Number 4, all this comes full circle. Like I said, number 4, change your environment, right? Your environment, and people say it so much, it's like super cliche, but people don't listen. Like, you need to change your environment. And the quickest way to change your environment, I will tell you, is change your Instagram, your YouTube, your social media, every social media you got, change the homepage. How do you change the homepage? On YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, it's all the same thing. Search up business. Search up how to make $1 million. Search up how to start a clothing brand. Search up how to become a millionaire. Search up how to be a YouTuber. Search up investments. Search up stocks. Search up crypto. Search up business, right? When you search these things, when you look these things up on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Google, whatever it is, you're going to now, the algorithm is going to adjust itself to what you're liking right now. So if you go on your homepage on Instagram and all you see is big booty girls and murders and rat beef, that's all you're going to think about, right? But I'm not better than nobody. Like, I'm on Instagram too. Or sometimes I catch myself scrolling too. It might be less than you or less than the next person, but I'm on here too. It's not a lot of people who just not on Instagram at all, not on YouTube, not on TikTok, not on no social media at all. Don't never watch it, right? It's not too many people like that. The thing about social media that's different than like TV or movies is that you can actually really adjust what you see every day by just searching stuff up, hitting the like button, commenting on stuff. Stop looking at the big booty girls. Stop looking at the thought girls that's shaking their booty and putting their titties all in OnlyFans girls. Stop looking at that and start looking at business. The second way you can change your environment is the places that you go and the people that you talk to. So if you know your brother got killed on this block, why are you right here? And it's because we're habitual creatures. That means we do things out of habit. So if we're used to doing something, it's very, very hard for us to, number one, identify that what we do in habit. It's very hard for us to identify that that's the wrong thing. And number two, it's very hard for us to actually change that thing. So if you're so used to getting on Instagram every single day, like I said, all you see is the big booty OnlyFans girls every day, your mind is going to get used to it, and you're going to think that nothing's wrong. This is your reality. There's nothing that needs to change. It kind of like you just keep going through the motions. If you change it, which is very simple, if you change it, magical things happen, right? So who are you talking to every day? What type of music are you listening to? Where are you going? Right? Why do you, okay, maybe you can only afford a McDonald's, but can you not go to the worst McDonald's in the neighborhood? Can you go 15 minutes away? Can you stop going to Walmart? And this is a huge thing I always talk about. Can you stop going to Walmart and go to Target? Right? The vibe that you get when you walk in Walmart is completely different than when you walk in Target. When you shopping at Walmart and you shopping at Target, those are two different experiences completely. Walmart, you got crying babies. You got the ghetto girls yelling on the phone. It's dirty. Everything bad. The meat's bad, right? It's big. It just looked like a big old warehouse. It's two lines. It's ghetto. Like, it's not even, you know what I'm saying? When you go to Target, it's quiet. You know what I mean? Like, I'm joking, but I'm serious, though. You go to Target, it's quiet, it's smooth. Somebody might say, hi, welcome to Target. You got a security guard in the front. It's all clean. It ain't no noise going on. You look around, you see nice people. The babies are a little bit more well-behaved than here. Ain't no fights going on. You don't hear about too many people getting shot in Target. But I know about a lot of fights and shootings that go on in Walmart because it's the environment, right? If you listen to shoot 'em up, bang, bang, kill, kill, murder, murder, kill music all day, every day, your mind is going to get trapped in there. And like I said, we're habitual creatures. So if that's, for whatever reason, that's what you grew up on, or if that's what you're just used to for whatever reason, your big brother listened to it, your uncle, your dad, whatever the reason is that you listen to that music, or you watch that show, or you look at them big booty girls, you got to change your environment. Who you talk to, what you look at, what you listen to, where you go. All those things matter when it comes to actually getting rich. One of the best things that I did was stop going to the hood. That was the number one thing. If it's in the hood, I'm not going. I don't give a damn if it's a barbershop, the best food, right? I started acting like I'd never been to the hood. I started acting like a real, true suburban boy. I started acting like all of this stuff was just like weird to me. Like I started almost trick my brain into being scared of the hood, like I'd never been there, even though I grew up there, right? That was the first thing I did. So I changed my barber. I changed the restaurants I go to. Even if I had to spend a little bit more or drive a little bit farther, that's just what I had to do because I can't be around the people that don't have anything for me. I can't be around the people who aren't teaching me nothing, who can't just, very little thing, bro. The minimum thing somebody should be around you to do is just give off good energy. There's no good energy in the hood. It's no good energy. It's a lot less good energy at a lot of these places that you go to, a lot of these songs that you listen to, a lot of these things that you watch on social media. That changes a lot of things. So if I didn't change my environment, I would not be here where I'm at today. And it's still the reason that I can survive today is because now that I have the money to back it up, I'm damn sure not going to the hood for what? I don't care what's over there. The dentist, the veterinarian, I can find the same shit in a nice neighborhood. I promise you. I promise there's a grocery store in a nice neighborhood. You know what I mean? Even, especially when I was actually in the hood and people was looking for me and, you know what I'm saying? Because of my friends, people was trying to hurt me and do shit to me. This was helping me because I go to up north side of Chicago instead of being south side. I'm by, sad to say, but I'm by the nice white folks instead of by the niggas that shooting people every day. Right? So that is really, 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 really important. And then the last thing I want to talk about, the last thing you want to avoid is just oversaving. I've talked about that on this channel a lot, but oversaving can really be a detriment to you, period. You know what I'm saying? Oversaving is something that it doesn't make sense. I know how it feels when you haven't had money your entire life and now you have money, or now you have a good job, or now you've been working at a job for a few months and your bills is okay, and you might have a homie that you are roommating with and everything is nice now. And a lot of people get into the habit of over saving, especially when you're not making a lot of money at the moment, right? So if you're not saving close to $10,000 a month, what the fuck? You're not really doing anything. And as hard as that is for a lot of people to fathom, as hard as that is for a lot of people to actually get through their head with, it's true. If you're not saving close to $10,000, you're not doing a lot really. So it's no point in saving. You might as well take that money and invest it. You might as well take that money and put it towards something. You might as well take that money and buy a stock. You might as well take that money and improve your business. You might as well take that money and build another source of revenue so that eventually you can quit your job. Whatever it is, whatever your case or whatever your scenario is all different for everybody. But one thing I can definitely say is oversaving, no matter how much money you have, whether it's a lot or a little, is not going to do anything for you. Especially when the richest people in the world, every dime they get, they reinvest it. Every dime, every dollar, every million, every billion, every 100,000 that they get, they reinvest it. You know what I'm saying? The smart ones at least. So if you're coming up right now, you have a job or a gig or a side hustle or whatever it is that you do for your money, for your income, a lot of it needs to be allocated towards investments and not saving. The problem is if you grew up in the projects and now you make $5,000 a month, you like, hold on, I can't let this money go nowhere. Oh, no. I'm not going to ever feel like I'm broke again. I was broke my whole life. I have to hold on to this money. I ain't never had it. You think I'm letting it go? But you got to let it go, right? Because money is like what they say, money is like a girl. If she loves you, she'll come back. You know what I'm saying? But you got to let her go. You know what I mean? Whatever it is. So you have to let that money go, and you have to let that money go to work. You can't keep that money in your account, right? Oversaving is something that I even struggled with at the beginning. You know, I'm like, who? I ain't never seen nobody make $100,000 a year. You telling me I'm 23 years old and I'm making $100,000 a month? Who finna spend what on what? You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean blowing your money, but that just means I have to figure out where to put it. I have to figure out that I have to actually invest it. I have to figure out like, okay, $500,000 is cool, you know what I'm saying, or $100,000 a month is cool, but I'm trying to get to $200,000 a month. Then after I get to 200, I'm trying to get to 300. When I get to 300, I'm trying to get to 400. When I get to 400, I'm trying to get to 500. When I get to 500, I'm trying to get to 1 million. When I get to 1 million, I'm trying to get to 10 million. When I get to 10, I'm trying to get to 100 a month. You know, $100 million a month. That's what I want to be. You know what I'm saying? But in order to grow your money, you have to actually do what you have to do. But saving your money is equivalent to saving a bunch of plant seeds and storing them in your refrigerator. If you have 1 million plant seeds, the plant's never going to grow unless you plant them. You have to plant the plant. You have to plant the seeds. You have to plant the seeds, and then after you plant the seeds, what do you got to do? You got to water it. You got to make sure it's getting the right sun. You got to pull the weeds up. Sometimes you got to pull it out the roots and reroot it. Sometimes you got to change the dirt. Sometimes you got to change the location so it gets a little bit more sunlight, maybe a little bit less. It's the same thing with investing. Your money is like the seed. So you take that seed, you plant it inside of the dirt, and then you watch you watch it grow. Now, sometimes if you make 10 investments, if you plant 10 seeds in a garden, every one of those plants might not grow. Some of them might grow and then die. Some of them might grow until farther, like damn, it's 20 feet in 5 days, right? So that's the kind of the analogy that I always use is like plants. Like you gotta kind of give gas to yourself. You kind of gotta fuel up your tank. You gotta plant your seed. If you don't plant your seed, it'll never grow. But collecting 1 million seeds in your refrigerator and never planting them, you're not gonna wake up one day and your 1 million seeds turn into 2 million. It doesn't happen like that unless you invest. So investing is doing nothing but planting your seed. If you look at it like that, right, and you look at it and instead of looking at it like, oh, but if I plant all 1 million of my seeds, I won't have any more seeds left. But you'll have plants that are actively growing, right? So that's the difference. Honestly, that's the difference between staying in one spot in your life and then growing. You just got to plant that seed. You have to plant that seed, and planting that seed is no different than investing. So those are the 5 things that I think you should avoid, and the things that you should learn about, read about, have knowledge on, and just overall just know where you're going and why you're trying to get there. You know what I'm saying? Those are the 5 things that I feel like you should avoid in order to become rich, in order to become successful. And if you avoid those 5 things, you already put yourself, I think you already put yourself over 95% of people, period. Even if you don't work hard. You don't even have to work hard, because a thing that I've been learning, reading books, having mentors, watching videos, interviews of richer people, billionaires, a lot of them are lazy. A lot of them are naturally lazy, and I'm one of those people, and that's why it's so easy for me to get comfortable in my position, because naturally I'm lazy. If I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it. Like, I'm not even gonna say I'm lazy. I will work extremely hard, but I want to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it, with who I want to do it with. You know what I mean? And if I don't want to do it, it's extremely hard for me to actually do it. I don't want to make this video right now. If you really want to keep it 100% honest with you, I would much rather be laying on my girlfriend titties on the couch watching some stupid movie that I don't even like, smoking the biggest blunt of weed in the world, and going to sleep chilling, right? And eating some good food, some tacos. Like, I would much rather be doing that, but I'm doing this because I have to. But even if you don't work hard, even if you're a lazy person, even if you put in minimal effort, if you avoid the 5 things I listed, and then on top of that, you just show up every day, you can show up every day and half-ass work, but if you show up every day, the results will come, right? So I hope you guys learned something from this video. It's been more like, this was like an uncut, sit down, give you guys the game video. I'm kind of trying to diversify the content on this channel, so I'm trying to give you some reactions, some uncut videos like this, some tutorial videos where I actually walk you through what you need to know. So I'm trying to kind of incorporate all of those, and maybe even get in some interviews with some people who could add value to you guys in the channel, and you just guys can learn from stuff, bro, because that's what this channel is all about. It's just about helping people grow financially, spiritually, mentally, even physically. Whatever you can do, just get 1% better every day, 0.5%, 0.1% better every single day. If you working out and you ran a mile yesterday, run 1.01 mile today, and that's better. You keep doing that every day, eventually it'll be 2 miles. It's not about, I don't know if kids still tell this story, and I'm in a video like this, but when we was kids, we learned about the tortoise and the hare, right? Slow and steady wins the race, right? Life is not it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. You know what I mean? You're born, you're 0. The day you're born, you're a day old, right? Most people die when they're 70-ish, 80-ish. That's 80 years. That's a marathon. So it's not about figuring it all out fast. It's just about showing up every day and figuring out more and more and more every single day, and getting the most out of what you can every day, right? So I hope you guys learned something from this. I hope you guys enjoyed this channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow, hopefully, in my next video. I'll probably give you guys a reaction tomorrow. And maybe, I think I got something planned for you, but I'm going to keep it on the hush. But hope you guys are learning something from this channel. If you guys have any suggestions on videos that you want me to do, make sure you guys let me know in the comment section below. And if you want one-on-one mentorship, especially with YouTube, make sure you click the links in the description. I have a YouTube mentorship and I have an entrepreneur mentorship, where I literally just gave out, in both of those mentorships, I gave out the 7-figure strategy on exactly what to do to make $1 million on YouTube. So I just gave the 7-figure strategy on both of those mentorships. So tap into either one. If you want just YouTube mentorship, you can pay a $45 one-time fee. The link is in the description. It's called Mako's YouTube mentorship. If you want a overall entrepreneur mentorship, stocks, business, crypto, YouTube, content, Instagram, and you want more one-on-one help, click the link. It's called the Mula membership, and that's $50 a month. You can sign up now, and you can pretty much get access to all the help you need in all your entrepreneurial endeavors. I love you guys. I'll see you guys. Peace.